So on July 1st, as you're well aware from previous videos on TYT University, student loan interest rates are going to be jumping from 3.4% all the way to 6.8% unless politicians do something to stop it. Now, both parties have been trying to get a plan across. The Democrats are sponsoring a plan. The Republicans in the House actually passed a plan, which Barack Obama said he would veto if it actually got to his office. So we're going to talk about why that had the veto threat thrown against it, and what will possibly happen if the interest rates double. Do you have any previous big debt that you're worried about?
I paid it off, but it was hard. I know. It was really, really tough. I remember, coming out of school and feeling just, it's hard enough to get a job, especially now with the unemployment rate being so high. And then you have all this debt and it just feels like it's getting more and more and more as the years go on. But I came up with a plan and just started chipping away at it. And it feels so good when it's finally paid off. But, I feel for everybody out there because it's tough. It's intimidating to not only, go to college and see, okay, yes, I'm going to go to college. I'm going to try and pay for my education, but these interest rates are so high. And obviously the system is broken. I'm glad that there's some solutions.
Yeah.
So
what did you hope anyway.
Yeah. What did you think? So so Obama's asking Congress to have it to be fixed. So it's not going to be dependent and fluctuating dependent on
to some extent.
Economy.
So, basically they're going to be making it so that it's capped at a lower amount than the Republicans are talking about, but it's still, they're going to be fixing it to Treasury bill yields, which is a technical term just saying it. Basically it's going to be correlated in some way with the growth or lack of growth in the economy. And so the problem is that in the near term where the Treasury bill yields are supposed to be relatively positive, that would mean that the interest rates would be relatively low. But if the economy tanks in 10 years, the interest rates could jump up. And so the people who are watching out for the interests of students aren't happy with either the Democrats or the Republicans. But in general, the details, you're probably not going to be surprised from watching TYT University, the Republican plan is not as good. Now, they're going to do something, and they're going to stop it from jumping on July 1st. But there's no, so President Obama, one of the big things he wants to do is say that there will be a cap on how much you can pay in a given month or how much you need to pay. And it would be about 10% of your income.
And
which
I think
is still
that's
a significant
dependent
amount of
though
money.
on your socioeconomic status though.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah. If you become super rich, you probably should pay off more. And the Republicans they're not doing anything like that. And also they're capping the highest it can go to, the highest percentage it can go to.
10%, right?
To 8.5%.
Okay. Gosh, that's
which
so
is even
high.
higher than the 6.8% that we're debating right now. So. Not a big fan of that. Now, Boehner and Obama have been going back and forth. We're not going to read those quotes because it's all political bullshit. They're not actually saying anything. They're just attacking each other. They're talking about the IRS scandal and shit. That's not what we're talking about right now, okay? We're talking about student loan interest rates. So that's going on right now. I don't like that it's being linked to the market. But yeah, to go back to your original point, the thing that I'm worried about and that seems to be lost in these debates going back and forth between the Democrats and the Republicans is I am still paying off my debt. And I know how much of a crushing impact it has on my ability to, be involved in the economy. And think about if these double and students are graduating from college and then paying $100 to $200 a month just on the interest on their loans, not actually paying them down.
Just the interest.
Yeah. They're not going to be buying cars. They're not going to be buying houses. They're not going to be buying Xbox Ones. The economy is going to suffer for decades as a result of this. And so something needs to be done. I do think that they will be able to stop the interest rates from doubling on July 1st, but I don't know what that deal will actually look like.
What about Elizabeth Warren's plan? Where I like that. Me too, where she's basically saying, let's invest in our students and give them the same rates, the same interest rates that we would give the banks.
Yeah, I love that you brought that up because I forgot. We talked about that a couple weeks ago. I think it was 0.75%.
It's so low.
Which would be amazing.
It would be incredible. And why not? And then also to your point that, you're still paying off your student loan debt is, I was reading an interesting statistic when I was researching that we have more student loan debt than auto debt, than credit card debt, not mortgage debt. But still, I would think it's higher than credit card
Gambling debt.
Yeah, all of that. That's crazy.
Yeah, and poker's become really popular lately. It's still student loan debt is worse.
People are hoping to pay off their student loans with their wins from poker.
Yeah,
hey.
just go all in. Never fails.
Black six. Roulette.
I think we're playing different games.
Roulette.
Anyway, so we'll keep you apprised as we get closer and closer to the July 1st deadline. I'm going to agree with you. I think let's Senator Warren.
Senator Warren.
Take control.
Yes.
Elizabeth Warren.
Done.